James Melendez. These three wines are next from Librandi. These are going to be focusing on Gaglioppo, and I'll talk about each of these wines. So the first wine is going to be the Segno Librandi. The second one is called Duca San Felice. The third one is called Gravello. I'll give you my thoughts, impressions, and point score on these wines, so stay tuned. Put foot on ground in 2019. I think Calabria is fantastically dazzling, inspiring, amazing. What I love about the region itself is it's a region of great history. It's a region of great natural beauty. It's also superbly nice people. And then I would also say just the fantastic, beautiful landscape is so compelling. One part of Calabria, the north and western part, is going to face the Tyrrhenian Sea, and the southern portion, south and east, is going to face the Ionian. And so you have that aspect. Now, Librandi has 6 estates. They're founded in 1953. They have an experimental vineyard, and they're growing 200 native varieties. So varieties that aren't commercially produced today. Here, I think it's just really an amazing place to visit. And so they have the experimental vineyard as well as an experimental chili garden as well. And so I'm very impressed with that because, first of all, I love Calabrian chilies. They taste very similar to a chili that I grew up with, the Anaheim chili here in the United States. And so the flavor profiles are just so, I would say, very applicable with Calabrian wines, and they are just so delicious and come together so nicely. So this producer's focus, and of course it's a major producer, is a producer with a great focus of the native varieties, producing obviously the Gaglioppo wines that we have here, the Majocco, Montonico, Greco Bianco. They have the international varieties of Chardonnay, Sauvignon Blanc, as well as Cabernet Sauvignon and Cabernet Franc. Now this wine is the first one I'll be reviewing today. This is the Librandi Segno Librandi Ciro Doc Rosso Classico wine, 21 vintage, 13.5% ABV, 100% Gaglioppo, a beautiful colorization, and an amazing price point here in the United States. This wine is vinified in stainless steel. It's macerated for 3 to 5 days. It spends time in bottle prior to release, and colorization is beautiful. Definitely reflects that 3 to 5 day maceration or grape skin contact. It's I would say, a lighter to medium garnet colorization, vitreous color, and an outstanding wine. And I love this variety because I think it has a pronounced character of tannins as well as acid. This is a fantastic wine when you're in Calabria to be enjoying the amazing food that you find there, but you can also enjoy this with any cuisine style. And so even if you're non-Calabria and you're here in the US, you can taste this with so many different foods. It's very flexible and adaptable that way. The character of cherry, as well as savory notation, sage and tarragon, as well as spice, crushed red candy, and flowers. Next is the palate characterization. So I love the structure of this wine, the acidity, as well as noticeable tannins, tart cherry notes, pepper, spice notation, red floral, and salumi. Very nice savory finish. This wine is 94 points out of 100 points. Find this wine, the Segno Librandi wine, in the mid-teens in the United States, a superb price point. Now next is one of my favorite wines. This is a Duca San Felice Ciro Doc. This is Riserva Rosso Classico Superiore 20 vintage. Back label for you to look at here, 14% ABV. This is going to spend 8 to 10 days of maceration, and that's going to differ from the Segno Librandi wine, which has fewer days of maceration, hence a darker colored wine. This has a vinification in stainless steel and concrete, 3 years of aging. Price point is outstanding. This is a wine where, if this is a wine, first of all, you can age this wine for, in my opinion, quite some time. And I'd like to taste this 10 years from today, 15 years from today. I think it's going to be an outstanding wine. And so this wine is priced in, say, 17 to the early 20s in the United States. So I think for what you get, the quality of wine, the structure of the wine, I think it's a fantastic, beautiful expression of Calabria, and one where not just Calabria, but Ciro Doc. So this is a beautiful expression of Ciro Classico. So let's talk about the nose on this wine. Morello cherry, leaves on a forest floor, leather suede, as well as violets. Next is the palate characterization. An absolutely stunningly gorgeous acidity to this wine, a very bold tannic personality, as well as sour cherry notes, tarragon violets, a very nice, compelling savory finish. This wine, I'm giving 96 points out of 100 points. In my opinion, this has a long time to age. It is a fantastically beautiful, gorgeous capture of Ciro Riserva Rosso Classico Superiore. Next is the Gravello wine. Gravello Calabria IGT from their Tenuta Arcidiaconato. This is a 2020 vintage. Back label for you to look at here. Now this wine is a combination of Gaglioppo at 60%, 40% Cabernet Sauvignon, 14.5% ABV. You'll find this in the United States from the mid-20s to the early 30s. This is placed in barrique and in French oak for 12 months and in bottle for 12 months. And so this is a slightly darker wine. On this I'm getting a medium plus garnet-violet colorization. What I do think about this wine is the Gaglioppo does not overtake the Cabernet Sauvignon necessarily. So there is some character to the wine that this is, again, not 100% Gaglioppo, but it really presents an opportunity. So to think about the international varieties planted at Librandi. What I like about this nose here is the character of red and black fruit notes, spice notation of cardamom, suede notation, as well as forest, juniper forest, and violets. Next is the palate characterization. This wine is high acidity. Tannins are softened up as compared to the 100% Gaglioppo wines. On this I'm getting a character of tart red fruit, as well as pepper, clove, and nice savory core as well. So this wine is 94 points out of 100 points. I like that this speaks a very accessible Calabrian language of giving us fine wines to enjoy with a variety of foods, and I think this is really emblematic and a completely exhilarating experience of tasting this region and being able to do so from so far away. Thank you for watching. Be sure to share this video, subscribe, as well as give a like, and I will see you very soon. Salute!